fish, we feed on meat. So what does it mean when you use feed, an action verb, to go with the preposition on? Feed on something.
I think it feels is like the the major food this animal eat
Yeah,
the
so
major which
the
animal feed.
it's big, and minor is small. It's like my minor problem is. So for the word feed on is it should be the main or the typical kind of food for the kingfisher to eat or get to live. That is called fish. So they feed on something that is they are talking about the main resource of food. So we have the word like resource of something or the source of something. So main, typical, or critical. But for the word major, like my university major is business administration, or my minor problem today is email working, for example. So here we have the word minor, which is the antonym of major. The major problem, the minor problem, the university major, or the business scope in English. So right here, let's move to this one, stream and rivers. Are there any differences between the streams and rivers, Guy? Are there any differences between stream?
Um, it's I think it's different from the category of this stream and river. Stream is it's just a small hot rivers. I think that and river bigger than stream.
So for rivers, whenever we hear rivers, we can imagine a very big, a kind of big place filled with water and fish and some kinds of natural creatures. But for the streams, it's like a very long line of water. So for streams, we can say that we have many streams, okay, that finally end up, okay, at the final spot to found a very big place, which is called the rivers. So for streams, it's like from the north, we have like 52 streams, 52 okay, lines of water. So the waters comes from everywhere and it goes into the lines. So for the word for the noun to give the title, what kind of line filled with water is, that is called stream. So for the word stream, you can imagine lines of water. For the word rivers, you can imagine something like a final spot, a destination in which every line of water comes and ends up to form something very big, which is river. So right now, do you get the word line of water? The line of water. Is it okay?
Yeah. Okay.
So let's move to the first paragraph. So right from now on, we are going to practice pronunciation and vocabulary brand mapping or developing or reviewing pronunciation first, and then vocabulary and structures and analysis right after the pronunciation part. So me first, one, two, three. Oak trees overhang the stream, half shading shallow water. Soft greens, mud browns, and the many different yellows of sunlight are the main colors, as soft as the sound of water in the breeze. Please.
All trees overhang the stream, have shading shallow water, soft greens, mud clouds, had the many different yellows of the sunlight are the main colors, as soft as the sounds of water in the breeze.
Okay, so first, we have the word like overhang. Hang, hung. Verb one, hang. Verb two and verb three are hung. So when you hang something, we have like after I wash my clothes, I'm going to hang my clothes on the clothesline. So on the terrace of every house, it's like on top of every house, we have a place for us to hang the clothes, to dry the clothes, which is called the terrace. Guys, can you spell the word terrace for me? Terrace. How can you spell the word terrace?
Terrace.
Yeah, terrace. Yeah.
uh,
Can you spell the word terrace?
T
T.
T
Yeah.
E
Yeah.
R
Yeah.
S T S.
Oh, terrace. The first part is right. T-E-R. Okay, and then it comes to like T-E-R-R-A-C-E. So it has double R's. Okay, T-E-R-R-A-C-E. Terrace. Terrace. Terrace is the top. Is the place which is on top of our house, and usually we locate some chairs and a small table for us to hang out there and have a cup of coffee in the early morning or in the late evening because we want to chill out and we want to have a private and quiet place for us to relax. Okay, all alone in the middle of our house. So that is called the terrace. And the function and another function of the terrace is the place for us to hang and dry clothes. So on the terrace, we have something like a clothesline. So here, uh, at your house, where do you hang your clothes? Will you hang your clothes in the bathroom, or will you hang your clothes on the terrace? And what do you have on the terrace to hang the clothes?
um, I think
Um,
um, in my house I hang the clothes in the terrace
yes. So this is
because
this, yeah. Because what?
because it I think display is display it's like subject no, it was like well air and it's big than background,
Oh,
bigger
so
than
weather, what does it mean when you mention weather? Weather. What is that
well
supposed to mean?
is it no well it like thoáng mát thoáng mát.
I understand right now. It's like, oh, you should say that it is, the first pronunciation is well, and the second pronunciation is air. Make sure, okay, you pronounce it right. So, well air, okay. So first, it's well air, and second, it is spacious. Do you still remember the word spacious? Space, spacious. Something is spacious, something is what type? What does it mean spacious?
Patient
Yes, spacious, not patient. If
space
patient. So right now, can you spell the word spacious for me? Guess the spell.
S P A C E S
No,
uh
no. If you pronounce spaces, that is spaces. It's like you have lots of spaces, lots of empty spaces at home. But right now, I'm using the adjective of space, which is spacious. First of all, spacious is like space, SPA, stars, Cious,
yeah,
spacious. Yeah. So something spacious, something is very large, very enormous. So Asian people or European people, foreigners, they choose spacious Paris as a place for them to dry and hang clothes. And we have something called the clothesline, and we usually install the clothesline on the terrace. So this clothesline are artificially created. We have two ways: artificial. Something is made by human beings. You got the word artificial, right, Guy?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So right now, can you describe? what is it going to be, okay, after you wash your clothes? How do you wash your clothes, and where do you usually hang your clothes, and how long do you have to wait? Do you have to wait for the clothes to dry? So hang, dry, terrace, clothesline. That's practice. Forward.
Uh, uh, I usually hang my clothes as at 6 a.m. 6 a.m. o'clock every day, and I need to wait um wait for wait wait for half day to um to dry clothes, and yeah, and I always hang it in terrace because because it's very special, and it easily get sunlight from the sun, and easily for dry clothes.
Yeah, very good. So first, you can say that the terrace is a place where I can
Yeah,
get the sunlight easily. So the sun is going to shine very hard at the terrace, right at the terrace. So we can get thousands of, or unlimited, unlimited amount of sunlight in the middle of the day, and we can dry our clothes effectively. So when you
yeah,
use verbs in your speaking, you need to try to combine the adjectives to go with the action verbs. So you get that, got it? You got
yeah.
that? Yeah, okay, so let's get back to this one. Soft drinks. So what do you want to say when they mention soft drinks in this sentence? Soft drinks,
Soft
soft,
means
soft drinks. What are they? Drinks, they have the S at the end of the word, green, green, soft drinks. What do you want to say about this one? Oh, please. So
soft.
first, subsequence is in the second sentence next to the very first sentence, and the first sentence has old trees. So here they are talking about the old trees, but it's not about the trees anymore. It is about the leaves of the trees. So lots of leaves on the trees, lots of branches on the tree. The tree has lots of branches, and on the branch, and on the branch, each branch has lots of leaves. So we use the word branch, okay, and we use the word leaves. And right here, they are talking about the leaves of all the branches attached to the old trees. And about the mud browns, you know the brown mud, right? And you did. So here, if you get back to the countryside and you go to the paddy field, you can see that lots of mud is covered on the paddy field. So if you step one of your feet into the paddy field, and you get your feet out of the paddy field, you can see that lots of mud covering your shoes, and it looks brown, and it doesn't smell anything, but it looks pretty dirty, and you need to have lots of time to use the soap, or to use the shampoo to wash off the mud out of the shoes. So that is called the mud. And they use the word mud brown to emphasize the colors of the mud around the oak trees. And the next one, the many different yellows of sunlight. So here they also mention the colors of the sunlight. And of course, the main and the typical color of the sunlight is yellow. So that is it. So three colors are illustrated in the sentence, which are greens, browns, yellows. So here, this is the main colors, as soft as the sound of water in the breeze. And in the breeze, so here breeze, you can imagine something like in the summer, there are lots of bees, or there are lots of insects in the forest, and they sing a lot, or they make lots of noise. And here in the summer, you can hear the breeze of the bees, or the breeze of the insect flying around in the forest. So they use the word like sound of the water in the breeze, like in the middle of the sun, in the middle of the summer. Right now, do you get okay the meaning of this sentence now?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah. So here, let's move to this one. Very interesting paragraph. The bird cuts like a laser through the skin, straight and fast. A slice of light and motion so striking you almost feel it. It has gone in a split second, but the trace of the image lingers. Its power out of proportion to its size, at least pronunciation.
Mm. The bird cuts like a laser through the scene, straight and fast. A slice of light and motion so striking feel you almost feel it. Its haze gone in a split second, but a trace of the image lingers its power out of proportion to its size.
Yes, cuts like a laser through the skin. So usually we see the laser like a kind of toy when we are young, and when we grow up, we also feel like we love playing with laser toy, and they use two adjectives which are straight and fast, which are really good for you to describe the speed of a laser light. And the second one, a slice of light and motion. So here, slice, you can think of the pizzas or the sandwich. You can cut the pizza into slices, or you can cut the sandwiches into slices. So the slice of light. So here, when we use the laser toy to aim or to target at something like on the street, so we can say that oh, the light, okay, the light of the laser, or the slice of the laser light. So the word slice of laser light, slice, SLICE, is the unit for you to describe the laser light. And the second word, motion. Don't think of motion as emotion. Motion is like movement. But we use movement much more for things or for people. But when we're going to talk about light, or we want to talk about speed, something very fast, we use the word motion. Striking. So striking, you almost feel it. What is it so striking? You strike, something
Striking.
strikes you. Striking. What is the meaning?
I, I mean, striking is like is synonym with remarkable,
Remarkable? Nice, nice.
and it's attract many attention from other.
Oh, very good. Make attention. If you are okay, if you are a center of attention, you can use the word like I am trying to make attention. When we make things, we do not make attention. We use the word like I'm trying to draw attention from many people around me. Draw is like
Oh yeah,
picture, DRAW. So I try to draw attention. I try to attract, not attach, attract
yeah.
attention from many people. So here, nice word, remarkable. Something tries to draw everybody's attention away from their happenings. So that is it. Very good. And the next one, it has gone in a split of second. What does it mean in a split of second? In a split second.
It's gone in a split second. Oh, split of second is like you divide a common part into many smaller split a second is like divide divide something like that.
Oh, so first, you think of a second. Second, oh, sorry, first think of second, and then
Mm,
think of a split second. So
yeah.
second it means 1 second. A split second it means 0.5 seconds. It's like half of a second. So instead of
um
saying half of a second, because if you
um
write half of a second, it sounds more like mathematics. But right now we are not talking about mathematics. We are talking about written English and spoken English in an academic way. That is the reason
Oh,
why split second. That is the first. Half is a split. And the second, then the second meaning of the word split, that is the action verb, like split up. So what does it mean when a couple splits up? Husband and wife split up, boyfriend and girlfriend split up, lovers split up. So what does it mean split up for love birds? Split
split
up.
up.
Yeah, split
Yeah,
split and up. So if you use the word split up, the action verb split up for couples, which means the couples are going to be separated,
yeah,
separated from other because not because of other people, but because of themselves. They don't want to stay together anymore. They want to split
yeah.
up, want to break up. So split up, break up, say goodbye. That is it. And the second thing here is a place of the image linger. What would it mean a trace of the image lingered? Linger. Good action verb here.
Linkers.
Linger.
Mm,
Here.
link. Hmm. I think it's um uh I think it's like wait for a little minutes. Like that.
Oh, so first, it has gone in a split second, but a trace of the image lingers. Its power but a trace of the image linger is power out of proportion to its size. So first, you think of the image. Image is like picture. So when the picture linger, it means that first the image or the picture appears on your mind very clearly. And then, second by second, little by little, bit by bit, the image is slowly disappearing on your mind. So when the image is slowly disappearing on your mind, okay, the view of the image is fading, it's become unclearer and unclearer. So instead of saying that the image is disappearing bit by bit, or the image is becoming unclearer bit by bit on my mind, they use the word linger. So when the images linger, or when the pictures of the girlfriend on your mind, or when the image of the girlfriend on your mind linger, it means first she appeared very clearly on your mind. You can still feel her, you can still see her face, but then something happens, okay, because you feel very hurt inside. So the image of her face, okay, is becoming unclearer and unclearer, and you can hardly see her face on your mind back to the memories. So that is called linger. Something lingers, something is fading bit by bit. So right now, do you get the word fade, F-A-D-E, and the action verb linger die?
Yeah, I can get it.
Proportion. Its power out of proportion to its size. So here, the proportion is mean like 100%. The image is big like this. And then when it lingers, the image becomes smaller, smaller, and smaller to its size. And then finally, it disappears forever. So its power out of proportion to its size. It means that it's become smaller, smaller, and tinier to its original size. And then it disappears, it's gone. So that is it. So you got that done.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move to the next paragraph, me first and you next. Charlie James fell in love with kingfishers at an early age. After all, it is the stuff of legend. Greek myth makes the kingfisher a moon goddess who turned into a bird. Another tale tells how the kingfisher flew so high that its upper body hooked on the blue of the sky while its underparts were scorched by the sun. Bodies.
Charlie Chance fell in love with Kingfisher at an early age. After all, is it the stop of legend? Greek myth made the kingfisher a moon goddess who turned into a bird. Another tells him how the kingfisher flew so high that its upper body took on the blue of the sky, while its underparts was scorched by the sun.
Yeah. First, at an early age, how many questions do you have in English to ask about age? How many? How many questions?
How many?
How many questions do you have to ask about age in English?
Uh, yeah. Um, how old are you? I think it's um how old are you? I think it's just one. One.
One. So of course, if you say one, we there is only one question popping up on our mind, which is how old are you, right? How old are you? But here they use what age you. We have the second part of question to ask how old are you? That is, what is your age? Or
Oh,
you tell me your age, or can you share with me your age? So here they use a noun, which is age, to ask how old are you? Old is an adjective. Age here, it has two kinds of work forms in English. The first one is the action verb, and the second one is the noun. What is your age? Can you tell me your age? So for action verb, can you give me the situations, like examples for not for action verbs? Age, aging, becoming older. Age, already become old. So we have two kinds of adjectives for age. Aging in the process of becoming old.
yeah.
Age already become old. So here I can say, oh, she is aging. She is aging in 2021. It means that, oh my gosh, in 2021, she worked really hard. She has lots of pressure in her life. That is the reason why she looked so old. She becomes so old very fast. So aging like this. But if you say that, oh, I meet an aged lady. It means that that lady looks very old and she is at her own age. So age, it has two kinds of ways to talk about somebody becoming old or already become
Yeah.
old. So this is the way. So right now I want to listen to your situation based on two adjectives, aging and age.
Um, I think aging, aging like hmm, aging aging. It's like aging. Oh, I will tell age first. Um, he is aged. He aged a lot of recently. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
about age, and aging is mm,
Think of
aging.
think of family members, lives, people under pressure. They become very old. They become old very fast. For example,
I think my grandparents recently my grandparents is have some size of is of uh tired um
tired,
tired
tired.
tired
Yeah.
because they become aging like that. Like that.
Oh, I understand. Oh, you are talking about the nerve of the brain. We will have our brain is made up with lots of nerves. Okay, the nerve on the brain is just, let me show you the picture for you to easily imagine. So this is called brain. And this is called the nerve. So here our brain has lots of nerve like this. It's like neuron. It's like neuron. We use this one a nerve. Okay, it is like this. So you can say that because I've been studying very hard from the language, from English language to all kinds of subjects and stuff, and I feel like okay, my brain is aging, or the nerve NERVE, the nerves of my brain are aging very fast, which is a good side because I can open up my knowledge and I can obtain knowledge very fast. Okay, so that's just because of the speed of information process of my brain nerve. So right now, do you got the word brain nerve like this type?
Yeah,
Yeah, we
brain.
we yeah, we don't need to understand everything, okay, every part of the brain in English because we don't study to become a doctor, okay, a brain doctor. We just need to get okay the main words, the main vocabularies that go with the word brain. And so first, I think that you need to use the word brain nerve in your speaking. Second, you want to mention something like tired is an adjective. So if you want to use a noun of tired in English, you can say that the feeling of tiredness, or me being tired, or my being tired. You can use my being under the adjective to form a very big noun in English. Like my feeling tired makes my work become work. For example, the brain nerve is the first new word for you to use. The second new word for you to use is it's not new words, but you forget the noun of tired. So tired, tiredness, and the third one you want to talk about something like age and aging, but you don't pronounce clearly. So age, aging, old, older. So you need to make sure the final sound of the word has to be pronounced clearly, loud and clear. Did you got that done? Got that?
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I got it.
Okay. So at an early age, very good phrase. When we write in English, even IELTS 8.0, the reason why is how can we get writing IELTS like 8.0? It doesn't require you to use lots of difficult or advanced academic vocabularies. What it needs is the way that you write the sentence. You need to make sure that your sentence sound professional, but it doesn't sound like that they read the sentence and they feel like, oh, the first part of the sentence is like this and the second part of the sentence is like that. So if you write a sentence, okay, in which the two parts of the sentence are irrelevant, the readers are going to feel like, oh, they don't understand anything or they misunderstand your point. And that is the reason why we cannot get IELTS in writing 8.0. So it's very easy for you to get IELTS 8.0, just to make sure that your sentences are closely connected to each other. And of course, in your sentence, all the parts, all the ideas in your sentence need to be well demonstrated. Okay, so here at an early age, and then we have like at a late age. So they are talking about the era of people. Era. Can you spell the word error for me, Ty? Error. What is an error? First spell.
Error.
Yeah, error. Yeah, error.
Error. ERA.
Yeah. So what is an error? Can you give me the situation so that I can understand the word error in your
Error. Yeah.
yeah.
Um. Error. It's like hmm, error. I um
Think of kings and queens, princesses and princes, for example.
Oh yeah. Mm. Greens.
Arab.
Mm. Error.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like the era of Hồng Vương King, or the era of Nguyen Dynasty, the era of uh, Phạm Dynasty, Dai Dynasty. Is like, okay, we have back in history, the Nguyen Dynasty, or the Tào Gia Dynasty, or the Phạm Dynasty. They have, okay, they have the king, okay, which is
Yeah.
they have the king, and who is the very first man to create generations after generations, which has the surname Nguyen, last name, okay, like like Lao Gia, for example. So here, to in order to create an era for our generations, we need to make sure that we can maintain the last name of our family. It's like you are a boy. So if you want to maintain, okay, the last name of your family, because you have a very big family, and your family is very successful, and of course you want to maintain the name, okay, the last name of your family. So even if you are a boy, or even if you are a girl, but if you need to make sure that you are powerful and love, and very rich and very successful, you can maintain your last name. So the children are going to get your last name, and that last name is going to last generations after generations. It's like we try to create an era based on our last name. So Rexler,
Oh,
you got that?
yeah, I got it.
Yeah, era is like this. So at first, it is very hard for you to like get the situation out of the meaning of the word, because yeah, we will use word by word, which is really hard. But you can conquer it later. Don't worry. Stuff of legend. After all, it is the stuff of legend. What is the stuff of legend? Stuff of legend.
Stop pledge. Stop pledge. Stop pledging is mean. It's mean. Mm. Mm. Stop
Yeah.
pledge is a material to make a legend. It's like a material to make something.
Yeah, very good. It's not like a material. It's not like we are in the factory and we are going to produce something. No, it's not like material. It's just like the stuff of a legend. It's like they want to say that this is the action of a
Yeah.
legend. This is the way that the legend, that every legend chooses to act, okay, in order to achieve their purposes in their future. So the stuff of the legend is like the act of the legend, ACT, or the chosen way of the legend. So it is like this. And the next one, myth, Greek myth. Myth is a noun in English. So what is the adjective for myth? MYTH. What is the adjective for myth?
Myth.
Yeah, myth.
Mm. Mm. Is myth mythology
Mythology. Mythology is the noun.
mythological.
Yeah, mythological. Very good. And people are usually confused between the word mythological and mysterious, because when they look at the word myth, MYTH, they always not prefer, they always refer myth to mysterious. That is wrong. Myth, that is about the mythology, is like the theory of the Greek people. Okay, moon goddess. So here is like we have the dot of the moon, and the dot of the moon turned into the bird. This is the symbol of the moon god. And another telltales. How telltales? What does it mean tells here? Tell. Can you replace the action verb tell with another verb in English? Tell. Tell.
Um, tell is like hmm, I think another tale inform how the kingfisher flew so high. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. But do you have another like word, action verb to replace the word tell here? Tell. Another telltales or another tell what?
Inform, inform like that.
Inform. Inform. The
Yeah,
first.
inform.
In other words,
Uh, notify, notify.
well, notify is so hard. Notify is like somebody sends you the message and the phone notifies you. Or you go out, you drive your car, and the traffic light notifies you to stop because the red
Um,
light is gone. That is notify. How? Inform, or you can use the word like indicate.
so
Indicate. Do you remember the word
uh, indicate.
indicate? Do you remember that word?
Oh
Indicate.
yeah,
Or
and
demonstrate. Demonstrate. You got
demonstrate,
yes.
illustrate.
Very I'm going to say them, but illustrate and demonstrate. Which one is stronger? Some
Uh,
the should demonstrate
damage.
the should illustrate. Which one is more practical? Demonstrate or illustrate?
I think it's illustrate.
Oh, for the word demonstrate, people often use the word demonstrate to talk about the main points. To talk about the main points.
Yeah.
Whenever they analyze any kind of problems or facts in our lives. But for the word illustrates, if you are talking about something based on your imagination or based on your blurry memories, unclear memories, you are going to use the word illustrates. It's like um, the truth illustrates to points. The sentence is different from the truth demonstrates to points. So if you use the truth demonstrates to points, people are going to think of you saying like this. Oh, so there are two main facts about the truth. You said that the truth illustrates to points. People are going to think that so these two points are not real. These two points may be real, maybe not real, and we are not sure about that yet. So for the way
Yeah.
illustrate is 50% imagination and 50% practical. Is it okay, Ty?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, so here, flows so high is upper body took on the blue of the sky, while its under parts. Oh, we have the upper body, and the lower body. Instead of using the upper and the lower, they are going to use the word like the under parts are scorched by the sun. Scorched here. What does it mean scorched? Not Vietnamese translation. I want you to use your English to describe the action verb scorched for me. Scorched,
Scored.
yeah, scorched by the sun. What is that mean? What is that supposed to mean? Scorched.
Scored. Um, um, it's like you oh yeah, I think the scored like you burning you you
No,
burning the
horny.
surface.
What size? What did you think of what horny? Horny? No.
What?
You
Hmm.
just pronounce something. You just pronounce in a wrong way, which makes up a very bad word. It's not a bad word, but it sounds really bad when we study. Horny. No. Don't use that word. You know the word horny, right, Sky? You are becoming weird. Horny.
Yeah,
Oh, you know that?
honey, yeah.
Yeah. Honey is a good word, but horny is not a bad word, but it's like a very bad situation of boys becoming older or girls becoming more mature, or they just want
Yeah.
to get physically.
Oh,
Yeah,
horny. Oh, I know this word. But
that's what pronunciation makes me feel like this. Oh no, makes me recognize the wrong word like this. So don't. You need to be careful, right? Oh, horny. Oh, very weird. You are very weird. So what is your so what is the word that you want to use then? Not horny, right? Not like that. So what is the word?
about what?
Forged by the sun.
Score.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know how to explain for
Oh,
it's scored. Mm, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I don't know this meant.
okay. So here they are talking about the kingfisher. The kingfisher is the a bird, right?
Yeah,
Flew above flies very high in the sky,
yeah,
and say that the upper part of the upper body of the bird. So you look at the bird, and you can see that the upper body of the bird. It means that the half of the body of the bird, and the lower body, that is the underparts, which are the legs of the birds or the lower parts of the bird's wings. So the upper bars of the birds, okay, are up in the sky. Okay, is up above the clouds, and it is flying. And the lower part of the birds, which are the wings, okay, the lower part of the wings or the legs of the birds are 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 covered with the sunlight. So the sun shines its light directly at the legs of the birds or the lower parts of the bird, which make the bird feel very hot, for example, and it makes the birds okay can flap its wings faster, okay, to fly as fast as it can. So when you use the word
yeah,
sun, it means uh, shine, shine, okay, shine. Sunlight is shine as something directly from the sun. So they use the word scorch for sunlight is aimed at something. So you got the situation?
yeah. I can't get it.
Okay, very good. Okay, so let's move to this one. One, two, three, me first. For despite the many different blues that appear in their coats, kingfisher have no blue pigment at all in their feathers or feathers. Rather, the structure of their upper feathers scatters light and strongly reflects
Yeah,
blue. Please.
scared. Um, for despite the many different blues that appear in their coats, kingfisher have no blue pigment at all in their feathers. Rather, the structure of their upper feathers scatter, scatters light and strongly reflects blue.
Uh, For despite the many different blues that appear in their coats, kingfishers have no blue pigment at all in their feathers. Here, you have the word like blues appear in their coats. Oh, if for people, we have the kind of clothes which is the coat. The coat, it is very long. It's
Yeah,
the the coat covers from our upper body, okay, to our okay lower body, okay, down to
yeah,
our feet. That is the coat. But for the bird, the coat of the birds is like the wings of the birds. Okay, so everything from the wings to the shoulder of the bird is called the coat. So here they say that many different blues that appear in the coats. It means that okay, the blue colors, okay, on the coats of the kingfisher. That is the bird's name. Okay, so kingfishers have no blue pigment at all in their feathers. So here on the cover, they are talking about the appearance of the wings of the kingfisher. It has okay many dots, many stars, many spots of different blues. Okay, all over. But for the feeder, okay, back into the feeder, it has no blue color. So this is what they just want to say. They just want to describe about the appearance of the wings of the kingfisher and the feathers, okay, the feathers inside the wings of the kingfisher. Rather, it means instead of that, better than that, the structure of the upper feeders. So for the feeders, we have like the fingers. This is the upper fingers, and this is the lower fingers. So for the wings of the birds, the wings of the bird has many feeders. So the upper feeders here scatter lines. When the birds flap, it wings like flap, Flap, that is the wings flap, it wings, okay? So you can see that the feeders move very fast and very flexibly. So when the bird flaps its wings, the feathers move very fast. So when it moves very fast, you can feel lots of wind, lots of air lots of air goes through the feeders. And of course, when the
Yeah.
air can go through the feeders, of course, the sunlight it is a cord. It's going to be gone through, okay, the feeder. So they just want to mention that the feeder move very fast, and the feeder can attracts gets lots of air inside. Okay, so the birds can fly very fast, and that is the reason why it scatters the light of the sun and strongly reflects the blue. So when the feeders move fast, you can see, okay, the sunlight is okay, is covered around the wings or the feeders, and you can see the blue spots on the appearance on the surface of the wings, okay, reflect the blue color. So the blue colors appear strongly on the appearance, okay, on the surface of the feeders. Just so you get that, right?
Yeah, I can get it.
Yeah, okay, reflect is a good word. Okay, I could say that after after going out, I reflect on my memories. I feel very regretful about my behaviors. So what does it mean when you use the word reflect with on? You reflect on something. Reflect.
Reflect on something. It's like reflect on something. It's consider. It's like consider for.
Consider for. We don't use consider for. We only use consider. Consider.
Oh yeah.
Consider only like think about something carefully, but for the word reflect on is much more about you recall
Yeah.
recall is you think back about something. It's like old memories already happened in your life, you think back. So when you think back about something, you can use first the word recall. I recall something happened in the past and I felt very bad, or I reflected on something back in my past and I felt horrible. So
Oh,
recall, reflect, or think back. Consider it is like 50-50, because when you use the word to consider, you don't think back about the old happenings. You think forward. You don't think backwards. But if you think forward, we use the word consider. I consider all the chances before I make my final decision. But when you think backwards, you are going to use the word reflect on, or recall, or yeah, think back, something like this. You got that time?
yeah.
Yeah,
I got that.
very good. So, okay, after we study for 1 hour, when you come after this class, I want you to look at the three paragraphs again, and you try to like underline all the
Yeah.
vocabulary that we practice
Yeah.
the situation together. Is it okay, Ty? I
Okay. Yeah.
I want you to write into your notebook, because I want you to like recall all the situations developed by us based on each vocabulary that we
Yeah.
together went through. Is it okay?
Oh, is it okay?
Yeah. So see you tomorrow and have a nice day. Thank you so much for today, Ty. See you.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Session.
Yeah.
So
Bye bye. Have a nice afternoon.
goodbye.
Bye bye.
Yeah, you too. Bye bye.